All right, Max, the question I have for you now is, I'm curious your perspective on when loyalty really starts, right? Is that before purchase, at that first purchase, post purchase? I'm really curious your perspective on that.
Okay, so I really, really love the question. I'm glad you asked that. So for me, loyalty is certainly not built in a single point of time. It's a bit of an evolution, and it's built over a period of time across all different engagements and touch points that a customer will have with a brand over over their lifetime. I'd probably, if it was, I'd probably liken it to the concept of gardening, right? And I'll explain in a minute, why I think that is. The customer will have a consideration, sort of period where they are looking at engaging with a particular brand, and that consideration, may be driven by their family and friends. It could be driven by some of the research that they might be doing, or it could be a combination of both, or it could be something completely different. And that I kind of see that as the soil. Right, so that's the basis and the foundation of it. The customer then goes through that purchase process, and at that point, they'll look at the entire experience, whether it's online, whether it's in a bricks and mortar store. They'll join the program, they'll have a look at what value the program might confer, and then they go through that entire sort of purchase process and complete it. That's probably the seedlings there, right? So we're starting to build on that soil. And then the post-purchase experience, which is probably where loyalty is, I'd like to say won and lost. What happens after that? What happens from a data collection perspective? What happens from a personalization perspective, from a points or whatever currency it might be accumulation perspective? What happens, when you have to return a product, and what does that experience look like? And I think that the if that is all consistent and in line with the customer's expectations, that's where loyalty really is built, and that's your full blooming flower, if you will. All right. And so winning, I think, when brands win in this space, they really need to consider that entire journey. So pre-purchase and post-purchase.
Love that. Couldn't agree more.
Thank you.